Hey guys! Okay, here is episode 4 of our timeline series titled The Rest of the Story. Number 1 was Once Upon a Crime, where we talked about how Christopher Watts actually came from a very healthy family, and he and his sister had a very good childhood. 2 hardworking, loving parents, a safe home. There were no issues like drug abuse or alcoholism or financial problems or any threats of separation or divorce going on. Christopher Watts and his sister had it good. And they had their grandmother right across the street too. So when they came home from school and both of their parents were still working, then they'd head right to their grandmother's house and get spoiled for a couple of hours until their mom and dad got home from work. That's called stable. That's called solid. Which is exactly why Christopher Watts and his sister both were able, after high school, to pursue their goals. They knew how to set goals. They knew how to work hard to achieve their goals. And they did. When Christopher Watts met his wife, he was just, 25 years old? He had a good savings account. He had his own place. He had a good job. He was a master mechanic already, NASCAR trained, no less. He went to the gym every day. He had the muscle car of his dreams. His wife? I don't know if she knew how to set goals. I don't know if she knew how to even hold herself accountable, let alone be accountable to others. I'm beginning to wonder if maybe financially speaking, if perhaps she was financially illiterate. Think about it. Think about the HOA dues that we learned about, later on, of course. In 2018, they were set to go to court because they didn't pay the HOA dues. And if you do the math, it looks to me like they didn't do the HOA dues since the bankruptcy, right? Well, think about it. If the house payment wasn't paid in August, the daycare center needed to be paid. I'm sure there were utilities and even more HOA dues. They didn't have the money. Yet she was planning a weekend getaway, and she had just arrived home from a weekend getaway. And please don't you expect me to believe for 1 second that that was a business trip. That was a party weekend that they called sales training. And it cost money. Just like the Lexus cost money. Just like every other trip cost money. Just like the $27,000 worth of product that was stashed in the basement cost money. So think about it. Maybe she honestly didn't know at all how to handle money. Maybe she thought if there was cash available on the credit card that it meant she had cash available. Take an honest look at the financial mess. Be real. There's a reason why she didn't buy the house with him. There's a reason why a year and however many months later they were filing a full bankruptcy. And do not buy into the bullshit that it was all about medical bills, unless you can convince me that Macy's and JCP are where you go for your medical care provider. So that was in the beginning, that was Once Upon a Crime. And I'll just say very bluntly, I think that she was targeting Christopher Watts because I think she bought that house and had no way of being able to pay for it. If you look at some of her posts during that time frame, when she's saying things like she wants a one-way ticket to somewhere where nobody knows her name. I think she was figuring out that maybe buying that house wasn't the smartest thing to do. I think she figured out that Christopher Watts had a savings account and a decent income. And I think she figured out that he might be a good one to snag into her little web. That was episode 2 in the beginning. Because remember, she quit her job just a few weeks after meeting him. Who does that? Well, Christopher Watts' wife did it. That's who. The last video was us versus them. And I discussed how there seemed to be some energy right at the start of that relationship at trying to divide Christopher Watts from his friends and his family, and ultimately his job too, his career choice. Now this video, episode 4, is titled Public Persona. You know, in an abusive relationship, an abuser doesn't introduce themselves and say, "Hi, I'm an abuser and I'm about to ruin your life." You know, they don't have a flashing neon lighted sign on their forehead saying, "Run fast because I'm an abuser." Abusers have a public persona usually of being very friendly and hardworking and successful. But if you look just a little bit closer, what you'll find is they're a chameleon. They watch others very closely. It's also known as a sociopath. They pay close attention to other people for clues, to catch the clues of how they are supposed to react to something, or how they're supposed to sound, or how they're supposed to claim they feel or think. But they have trouble coming up with any original content. Which brings up another little issue I just want to mention very quickly. Have you seen all the videos that have been posted in the last few days? They're disgusting. And it got me to thinking about something. You know, we're talking about abusers, right? Well, abusers are users. And one of the things that we've noticed with the attackers is they use other people's content. They cannot come up with their own. You want to know why? Because they're not even looking at this case. They're only looking at their scripts. They're only reciting what they're supposed to say. And evidently, over the last few days, they've been directed to say some really bad things about Christopher Watts' mom. So I'm not sure, but I think in the next video, I might take a break from the timeline series just for the next video and address the issue of how many lies have been told about Cindy Watts. And, you know, give you the rest of the story on that issue. So back to the public persona. Christopher Watts' wife needed that house? Really? Why? Why on earth would a woman in her mid-20s want to buy that house? Was she planning on moving in, friends and family? I wonder. Is that why she bought that big of a house? Was she planning on having her parents and her brother live with her? I don't know. Do you know? Was she planning on having somebody else pay for the mortgage? Was somebody else already paying for the mortgage before Christopher Watts came along? I don't know. Do you know? And then, it's interesting, after meeting Christopher Watts, then she started talking about all of her health challenges. Is that how she snagged him? Did she like guilt trip him into feeling that he wasn't able to leave her behind? I don't know. What do you think? Her public persona, if you've taken a look at those videos she uploaded, I'm sorry, but I don't see a public persona that was very impressive. I'm sorry, I don't. And it's interesting to me that any of us who are discussing this true crime case, who are not following the scripts, who are not living in fear that we're going to be in trouble if we don't follow the scripts, or that our lives will be threatened, or that we're going to be somehow harmed or put into prison for life if we don't say exactly what we're being ordered to say. Well, many of us who don't fall for that bullshit and who keep right on discussing the case have pretty much taken an honest look at those videos and said, wait a minute here, we're being accused of somehow tarnishing her reputation. People are saying they're going to defend her reputation. Actually, no, they're not. What they're doing is they're trying to create a new reputation for her. Because if you take an honest look at those videos that she uploaded, her reputation is very clear. She has a reputation of sitting on her ass all day while her husband's at work and the kids are in daycare full time. She has a reputation of having sick children. And interestingly, her kids were sick when other people weren't around. Both kids are sick again. Over and over again, both kids are sick again. But then when other people were around, interesting, the kids were healthy. What medicine did you give the kids? Oh, amoxicillin, prednisone, and lots of Tylenol. We learned from Christopher Watts' mother that, like two little birdies, poor little Bella and Cece used to lean their heads back when it was bedtime for their nightly dose of Benadryl and Tylenol. That's her reputation. Her reputation is to claim that she was in a nursing program, but then when we dug in and searched to verify that claim, lo and behold, the class or the course that she said she was magically accepted into, at lightning speed no less, wasn't listed in that course catalog. That's her reputation. Her idol was on television, show after show, talking about how she was diagnosed with having the lupus markers. And lo and behold, that's exactly when Christopher Watts' wife claimed that she had lupus too. Sjogren's, celiac. Celiac, really? Gluten intolerant? Ooh, cross-contamination. But if one of her buddies wanted to go to Panera, no problem. You see what I'm saying? The public persona, the reputation, right? We're supposed to believe that her public persona was one of success and hard work and kindness, when in fact, her reputation was one of using others for financial gain and more. Just my opinion. I don't think the attackers are worried at all about defending her reputation. I think it's her reputation that they're actually working very hard to hide. Her public persona was very, important to her. She wanted to believe that she could turn on her phone and start talking, and that everybody would just believe what she said. But everybody didn't believe what she said. And that's the thing, when people are trying to put on a show, it doesn't take much to learn that it's all just an act. Look at the video when she was spraying poor little Bella right in the eyes. And you try to tell me that she had a reputation of being a good mother. Look at the video of her going out to the deck because she couldn't stand the noise that her children were making. And you tell me that her reputation was that she was a good mother. Her public persona, she thought, was that if she simply said, "Oh, yes, I'm a good mother," then that'd be enough. Well, maybe for her it was enough for her online quote-unquote friends. Did you know that one of the friends who went to the wedding, and as far as I know it was the only one who did, said that she had never met her before the wedding? Did you know that? Did you know that Christopher Watt's wife said that she lost all of her friends, but that was okay because she made new friends online? I have a hunch that she didn't even lose any friends. I have a hunch that that was her excuse that she gave to Christopher Watts when she saw clearly that he had a lot of friends, a lot of good friends, and she had none. Public persona, reputation. See what I'm saying? What do you guys think? Let us know in the comment section below.